It's like not sold, but we got the offer. We got the earnest money.
Not the offer, but did they got the earnest?
Oh yes, earnest money is clear.
You're not going to believe this. The news is finally out. Not only did Kody Pass get an offer, but the earnest money has already cleared. That means one thing. The sale is real, it's happening, and the Sister Wives universe has just been flipped completely on its head. And wait until you hear who actually bought it, because no one, not the fans, not the insiders, not even the Browns, saw this coming. For years, viewers watched Kody Brown's polygamous empire crumble, one broken relationship at a time. But now, the final nail in the coffin has slammed shut, thanks to a shocking sale that has the entire Brown family reeling. According to insiders close to the family, the identity of the buyers is nothing short of jaw-dropping. We have a full offer with earnest money. We're closing on Kody Pass soon, the entire thing. That's what the Browns were told. But here's the twist. The buyers aren't just random folks with deep pockets. Nope. The new owners are reportedly a power couple from Scottsdale, Arizona. And they didn't just pop up out of nowhere. Their connections, and their motivations, completely blindsided Kody and his remaining circle. Word is spreading fast that this wasn't some casual real estate purchase. Industry whispers suggest something deeper, something that might change everything we thought we knew about this sale. For longtime fans, Kody Pass was supposed to be the Browns' utopia, the grand vision where Kody would build his polygamous dream community, with 4 wives living on one centralized property, raising 18 children across multiple custom homes. Instead, the land turned into a battlefield, the source of emotional breakdowns, legal fights, and financial strain that ultimately shattered the entire family. This is really happening. Wow. Are you okay with that? It's hard for me. A little sad. Well, you just can't keep holding on. I know. Purchased in 2018 for $820,000, the 14-acre Flagstaff property became less of a dream and more of a curse. Janelle ended up living in an RV on the dusty land for months. Mary fought endlessly for her share. Christine tapped out entirely, accepting only $10 to walk away and never look back. And now, after all that chaos, a mysterious pair has emerged with $1.5 million cash in hand, scooping up the land in one clean sweep. That's nearly a $700,000 profit for a family that spent 7 years arguing over the place without managing to build even a single foundation. But here's where this story goes from surprising to downright explosive. Sources are saying these buyers are not ordinary investors. In fact, their connections reportedly go much deeper than anyone expected. According to insiders, when Kody found out who actually purchased his so-called forever property, he completely lost it. We're talking full-on meltdown mode, the kind of ego-crushing revelation that had Robin scrambling to help him cope. Kody, who fancied himself a real estate mastermind, just got played by buyers who knew exactly what they were doing. Even more shocking? Several reports suggest this Scottsdale couple wasn't simply hunting for land. They wanted this land, Kody Pass, and allegedly targeted it with precision. Some industry insiders are even hinting at possible ties to the reality TV world, which could rewrite the entire narrative of this sale. And believe it or not, things get even stranger. When you look at the timeline of this sale, the whole deal starts to feel almost too perfect. We're talking about one of the fastest real estate closings the area has ever seen, a whirlwind transaction that left the Browns stunned. Property records reveal that the deal went from offer to closing in just a matter of days, not the typical months these transactions usually take. And get this, the buyers came in with a full cash offer, $1.5 million upfront. No financing, no inspections, no negotiations. They didn't just want Kody Pass, they wanted it immediately. The sale officially closed on April 14th. Kody and Robin signed the paperwork on April 9th. Janelle and Mary followed right after on April 10th. But here's the real kicker. Allegedly, the Browns had no clue who the buyers were until the very last moment. Rumor has it the couple hid behind attorneys and intermediaries the entire time, keeping their names completely off the radar until the ink was nearly dry. That level of secrecy has reality TV insiders buzzing with speculation, and trust me, the theories are wild. Because you don't go through that much effort, unless something much bigger is at play. You don't go to this much trouble to hide your identity unless you're planning something big. And when you break down the financial details of this sale, things get even juicier. According to public records, Kody Pass was split into 4 separate parcels before being sold off, and each one tells a very revealing story. The first parcel, a modest 2.42-acre slice owned jointly by Kody and Robin, sold for just $35,000. The second, also 2.42 acres, this time co-owned by Mary and Janelle, sold for the exact same amount. But the real action was in the larger pieces. The third parcel, a 4.48-acre section held 50% by Kody and Robin and 25% each by Mary and Janelle, went for a shocking $400,000. And the biggest piece of all, 5.16 acres with the same ownership split, fetched an even more jaw-dropping $490,000. And here's the kicker. Insiders say the buyers knew exactly what they were doing from the moment they showed interest. Sources claim they had done deep research, not just on the land, but on the Browns' financial struggles, their legal battles, and the years of infighting that stalled any chance of development. This wasn't someone casually browsing Zillow. This was a calculated move. Even the Browns' own lawyers were stunned at how fast everything started moving. After years of bitter arguments over percentages and property rights, suddenly the sale was racing toward the finish line faster than anyone could process. Then there's the cash. Flagstaff real estate insiders are buzzing because properties in this price range almost always involve inspections, appraisals, financing, and months of negotiations. But this mysterious couple skipped all the usual steps, wiring cash immediately and pushing for a lightning-fast close. You don't pay $1.5 million in cash unless you either have money to burn, or you have a very specific reason for wanting this exact piece of land right now. And that brings us to the biggest bombshell of all. Kody Pass's new owners have finally been identified, and the news is sending shockwaves through both Sister Wives fans and the broader reality TV world. According to sources and property documents, the land was scooped up by a wealthy, highly connected power couple from Scottsdale, Arizona. And trust me, their backgrounds are raising eyebrows everywhere. Insiders describe them as a seasoned, affluent duo in their 50s, who've built their fortune across multiple business ventures. But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. Word is spreading that this couple isn't just wealthy. They're allegedly tied to the entertainment industry in ways that could completely reshape the future of Kody Pass. Sources close to the situation claim the husband is a successful entrepreneur who's launched multiple companies from scratch. His wife, meanwhile, reportedly has long-standing ties to media production and content creation. Together, they're the kind of duo who doesn't just buy property, they acquire assets with vision, strategy, and purpose. And that raises the million-dollar question, why this land? Why now? Real estate professionals in Flagstaff are baffled. Kody Pass isn't prime development land. It's rural. It needs massive investment in utilities, infrastructure, and planning. It sat barren for 7 years while the Browns fought each other to a standstill. So why would savvy investors pay premium prices for raw land in the middle of nowhere? Well, according to several insiders, it's because they weren't just buying acreage, they were buying a story, a legacy, a piece of reality television history with built-in notoriety and cultural value. Whispers suggest the buyers dug through everything, the lawsuits, the emotional breakdowns, the financial disasters, and the abandoned family dream. They knew every detail before making their move. That level of research points to one thing. These buyers might have plans far beyond real estate. Industry chatter is exploding with theories. Some believe the couple may transform the land into a luxury retreat or high-end event venue that capitalizes on the Sister Wives legacy. Others suspect the land could become the setting for a brand new reality show or a future production project. With the original Sister Wives series rumored to be winding down thanks to Kody's fractured relationships, this purchase could open the door to a brand new chapter of storytelling. And according to people in the know, this story is about to get even more unbelievable. When Kody first learned who the buyers really were, and what they might be planning, his reaction was a toxic mix of devastation and pure rage. Imagine watching the land you once believed would secure your polygamous legacy suddenly fall into the hands of people who might turn it into something bigger, flashier, and more successful than anything you ever accomplished. That's exactly what Kody was facing. Sources close to Robyn say she has been quietly spiraling as well. After years of clinging to the fantasy of a family compound, the dream home, the shared yards, the forever future, the idea that complete strangers, especially ones with entertainment industry ties, now control Coyote Pass is reportedly eating her alive. But here's where the plot gets downright explosive. Rumors are swirling that these new owners may actually be considering collaboration opportunities, and not with Kody. Insiders are whispering that former Brown family members could be approached for possible partnerships, leaving Kody entirely sidelined from the land he fought so hard, and lost so much, to control. And trust me, that possibility sent Kody over the edge. According to palace sources, when Kody finally discovered the identities of the mystery buyers, he absolutely imploded. We're talking one of his most extreme meltdowns yet, a complete emotional crash that left Robyn trying desperately to contain the fallout. Insiders describe those final days as some of the most chaotic the couple has ever endured. Word is Kody was trying to keep a grip on the sale process right up to the end. He allegedly made frantic calls to realtors and attorneys, demanding to know who was behind the suspiciously fast, too-perfect cash offer. But that was just the beginning. Because here's where the story turns wild. Industry insiders say Kody tried several last-minute power plays to stall the sale, derail the process, or wedge himself into the negotiations. Some sources claim he even fantasized about partnering with the buyers, believing he could leverage his reality TV persona to secure a seat at the table. The desperation was heartbreaking. This was a man who spent 7 years trying to build a polygamous empire on this land, only to watch it crumble into lawsuits, estranged wives, and financial ruin. And now, loopholes or not, the land he couldn't conquer was being snapped up effortlessly by people who knew exactly what they wanted. When Kody finally learned about the buyer's entertainment industry connections, his shock turned into fury. Insiders say he ranted for hours about being outmaneuvered by people who understood the value of his own story better than he did. And yes, the rumors are true. Kody allegedly tried to sabotage the sale in the final hours. Reports suggest he scrambled to find legal technicalities, obscure claims, anything that could delay closing or give him leverage. But nothing worked. The cash was already wired. The documents were already signed. The deal was, quite literally, sealed. Meanwhile, Robyn was trapped in the worst position imaginable, torn between trying to support her husband's spiraling emotions and acknowledging the obvious. Fighting this sale would financially destroy them. Sources say she spent those final days pleading with Kody to accept reality, while he accused her of abandoning the dream too quickly. Those arguments, insiders say, led to some of the most explosive fights in their marriage. By the time Kody attempted his last desperate move, reaching out to the buyers directly, hoping to appeal to them entrepreneur to entrepreneur, it was already too late. The new owners didn't need him. The land wasn't his. The deal was over. The moment that reality finally hit him, sources say Kody broke down in a way Robyn had never seen before. And now, here comes the part that's turning this already dramatic story into total mayhem. The financial breakdown is absolutely nuclear. Once you see how the money was divided, and who walked away with what, you'll understand why Kody and Robyn are reportedly furious behind the scenes. This isn't just a real estate profit. This is payback, a cold, calculated revenge by two women who spent years being manipulated, sidelined, and blindsided by Kody's property schemes. And just weeks before the sale closed, something massive happened. Just weeks before the sale closed, something massive happened behind the scenes, a strategic shakeup in the ownership structure that completely changed who would walk away with what. And according to insiders, it wasn't an accident. It was a carefully engineered power play. Sources say Janelle and Mary pulled off what can only be described as a legal masterstroke, a meticulously planned chess move that flipped the bulk of the land to a much more balanced division. By the time the ink dried, Kody and Robyn held only 50% of the proceeds, while Janelle secured 25% and Meri locked down the remaining 25%. But here's the detail that's got industry insiders absolutely buzzing. This was not some peaceful family negotiation. According to Palace insiders, Janelle and Meri came in armed, with lawyers, documented evidence, and legal pressure that forced Kody to give up control. And the poetic justice here? This is the same man who once tried to strong-arm Meri into signing an NDA just so she could receive her rightful share. Now the tables had turned, completely. When you break down the numbers, the revenge becomes crystal clear. From the $1.5 million sale, Kody and Robyn, $750,000 Janelle, $375,000 Meri, $375,000, and oh, it gets even better. Insiders claim Kody had been planning to use his majority ownership to corner both women in any future sale, essentially forcing them to accept whatever scraps he offered. He believed his name on the deeds gave him total power. Instead, the women played a long, patient, and brilliantly calculated game. Reports reveal Janelle and Meri coordinated their legal strategy months in advance, ensuring they wouldn't be trapped under Kody's control when the land finally sold. The restructured agreements they signed in March guaranteed they'd receive fair market value, no loopholes, no manipulation, no Kody. When Kody finally realized how much money Janelle and Meri were walking away with, Palace insiders say his rage was volcanic. This is a man who spent years micromanaging his wives' financial lives, only to be outmaneuvered at the finish line. And the timing? Brutally perfect. Sources say Janelle had been consulting attorneys for months, quietly building a protective wall around her assets. Her move to North Carolina, her new flower farm business with her daughter Madison, all of it was part of her rebuilding phase. Now, with $375,000 in hand, she has the financial freedom she's been fighting for since she left Kody. Meri's payout is equally powerful. After years of being treated like the forgotten wife, the one who was always given the least, she's finally walking away with a substantial, deserved payoff that validates every battle she fought. Meanwhile, Kody and Robyn are sitting with an uncomfortable truth. Their former sister wives just won the war. But the biggest twist isn't even about the money. The real bombshell is why these mystery buyers wanted Kody Pass in the first place. According to entertainment insiders, the Scottsdale power couple didn't randomly stumble across a property listing. They've reportedly been watching the Brown family meltdown for months, maybe even years, waiting for the exact moment when the land would finally hit the market. And here's where things get insane. Word on the street is that these buyers have deep ties to reality TV production companies and major streaming platforms, the same ones constantly searching for fresh content and high-impact filming locations. Rumors are now exploding that the couple has no intention of simply building a vacation home. Instead, insiders believe they may transform Kody Pass into something that could completely reinvent how reality TV stories are filmed. The property's history, the drama, the implosions, the unfulfilled dreams, gives it a level of narrative value that's practically priceless. For content creators, this isn't just land. It's a storyline, a legacy, a ready-made universe of drama. And if the whispers are true, these buyers are already drawing up plans for something big, something that could capitalize on the sister wives' legacy while pushing it into a bold new era. What they're reportedly planning next, you're not ready for it, clean, engaging, and ready for your video ***. The sale of Kody Pass didn't just close a chapter, it triggered a jaw-dropping shift in property ownership that flipped the entire power dynamic upside down. Behind the scenes, something massive was brewing. According to insiders, Janelle and Meri quietly teamed up to pull off one of the most stunning legal chess moves in the Brown family's history. Property records reveal that instead of Kody maintaining his once dominant control, the ownership was completely overhauled. The result? Kody and Robyn ended up with 50% of the profit, while Janelle secured 25% and Meri took her own 25%. On paper it looks neat. In reality, It was a masterclass in strategic revenge. And here's where it gets even spicier. Sources whisper that this wasn't some friendly, cooperative family decision. Janelle and Mary allegedly showed up with lawyers and serious legal leverage, leaving Kody with no choice but to sign. This is the same man who once tried to force Mary into agreeing to a non-disclosure agreement just to receive her rightful portion of the land. But now, the tables weren't just turned, they were flipped upside down. From the $1.5 million sale, Kody and Robyn pocketed